All right, hello everybody. Welcome to First Attack. How's everybody going out there on and this is on Ultra Chen TV, of course. And I apologize to everyone. I'm a little tired still. We just got back from Austin, Texas last night, very late. Didn't get much sleep over the weekend, but I hope a lot of you guys did manage to watch the 25th anniversary tournament this weekend. It was exciting. It was a lot of fun and a lot of good matches there. So, but yes. We're back again this week, and today I am going to be talking. We're going to go back to Street Fighter 4 today, both David and I. And one of the concepts that I've been getting a lot of questions about recently has been safe jumps. A lot of people have been asking about the timing of safe jumps. How do you do safe jumps? And I kind of wanted to dissect safe jumps and let people know why they work and exactly what it is that you're doing with a safe jump. And then the other topic I wanted to talk about is the unblockables in Street Fighter 4. I get a lot of questions about this. People, I don't think anybody out there has really talked about why they work or just kind of listed exactly what's going on with the unblockables. So that's what I'm going to do after I talk about safe jumps. I'm going to go into unblockables. And if we have some extra time, I might even try to discover a brand new unblockable right here on the spot, because every character can do it, and you just have to look hard enough and find it, and it's really tricky. There's only certain characters that are lucky enough to have easily set up unblockables because of how the throws work and such, but every character can do it, and so maybe later on in the show I'll see if I can actually just develop one. But before we get started on unblockables, let's talk about safe jumps. The reason why I bunched them together, these two concepts together in the same show, is because they're actually, while they're completely different concepts of why they work and what they're supposed to do, the way that you perform them is very similar. You try to do an untechable knockdown, and then after an untechable knockdown, it doesn't have to be an untechable knockdown. We'll get into that a little bit, but you basically knock the opponent down. Do a sequence of moves to set up your perfect timing for the safe jump or the unblockable, and then you jump in at the downed character. And so you'll find out in a lot of ways that players set these up in very similar fashion. So let's talk about safe jumps first. And the question really comes down to is, what is a safe jump? Why does it work and such? So before I actually go into the science of a safe jump, what I'm going to do is just show you what a safe jump looks like here. So let's switch over to the game screen. Sorry guys, hang on a second. Okay, here we go. Whoops, wrong background. Alright, so let's show you guys what a safe jump looks like here. Let's set one up with, I know for sure, a few episodes ago I did a safe jump. I did Cody's safe jump, which is a pretty obvious safe jump here. So let's go ahead and just use his again. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this against a character such as Fei Long. So what you're trying to accomplish here with a safe jump, I've talked in many episodes before about how important it is to land a jumping attack. When you land a jumping attack against an opponent, you get just gobs of frame advantage when you land. So even if the opponent blocks, you're so open to so many mix-ups afterwards. So for example here, if Fei Long blocks this, I have a lot of time to either go into a towards medium to get over there, to keep the offense going, go for an overhead, walk up for a frame trap kind of thing, or go for a throw, etc., etc. You get a lot of you're in a very advantageous situation. So the whole point of a safe jump is to allow yourself to land a jump attack without any danger of being retaliated. And I've completely ignored something I've always said. When you want to practice stuff like safe jumps, you actually want to main the character that you want to practice it on and use a recording for the character that you want to learn the safe jump with. So if I want to learn a safe jump timing with Cody, I'm actually going to make Cody the dummy. And I'm going to use the character that I want to practice the safe jump on. And that is the reason why for this is so you can record one sequence. If you guys don't understand the logic behind this, I did an episode on training mode. So go ahead and take a look at that old episode. But that'll show you why you want to do it this way. You want to make sure the timing is always the same every single time. So Cody has a really easy safe jump. And that is back throw into hold up forward and then just instantly do a jump jab or whatever you want it to be. And so what happens is if I block, you see that I block here, and now Cody has all this frame advantage here. In fact, let's change it so that I do jump roundhouse to really emphasize the frame advantage that I get here. So what I'm going to do is throw Fei Long, do a jump roundhouse, and hit Fei Long like that. So what you'll see happen here is that if I block, Cody gets all this frame advantage. So now he can do anything he wants to me. Now watch what happens if I actually try to uppercut. You saw that, right? It actually said reversal. I got a perfect reversal. So I'm going to try again with the short flame kick. Reversal. But Cody lands and blocks. I'm going to try this with the forward flame kick. Reversal. But he blocked it. Now again, I'm going to show you again. I'm just going to hold back and I end up blocking the jump kick. So now I'm going to try EX flame kick. He still blocks it. That is a safe jump right there. So he has a perfect timing in which after he throws me, because it's untechable, the timing is not going to vary. He's always going to be able to do this timing. So I can't alter the time in which I get up. And if I block, he gets this huge amount of frame advantage on me and he gets a lot of mix-ups. If I try a reversal, he gets to block it and he gets to punish me. So once again, I'm going to try a roundhouse flame kick and he blocks it. So you see I'm landing here and now Cody gets to beat me up. So this is essentially what a safe jump is, and it actually turns out to be a really, really important tactic. In fact, one that I personally don't use enough of, and it's such a pain to deal with when you have to play this because, like I said, after you block a jump attack, it's such an unfortunate situation. But you're forced to. You have no choice but to block this in most cases. Some characters have ways around it. I'll get into that a little bit. But before we go on a little bit, let's talk about why this works, okay? So let's talk about landing frames when you land from a jump. And I am going to do this. I am going to do this with the good old trusty. Let me see here. I'm going to do this with my good old trusty whiteboard. Okay, so I'm bringing the whiteboard back. It's been a while since I've done whiteboard work here, so here it is, the whiteboard. And let's talk about this for a second. Okay, so here we go. The nice unfocusable whiteboard. It is an armor breaker. This whiteboard is an armor breaker, thus it cannot be focused. Why is this not stupid thing? Alright, let's put my hand in front of here to get it to focus. Come on, you can do this, camera. Let's see here. Strangely enough, it seems to work from really far away. Okay, so focused. There we go. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about landing frames in Street Fighter 4. This is not universal. It's different from game to game, but most games these days behave this specific way. Whenever a character lands from a jump, what you're going to see is that they have 4 landing frames. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to indicate that these are the 4 landing frames right here. Whenever you land from a jump, you always have 4 frames of landing recovery. During this landing recovery, you're restricted from doing a lot of things. You're restricted from doing any form of movement. So let's say this is the frame right here. This is landing right here. I'm going to mark this as a landing frame. So this is the key landing frame right here. So for the next 4 frames, I cannot dash. I cannot jump again. You cannot perform any sort of movement. However, you can cancel all 4 of these landing frames into a normal move. So let's do normal moves. You can cancel them into special moves, focus attacks, super combos, ultra combos, etc., etc. So pretty much, if you jump and when you land, these 4 frames can be canceled into anything they want. However, there is a huge difference. This is only the case if you jump and do not perform an attack in the air. If you jump and perform an attack in the air, your landing frames are very, very different. So again, this is the key landing frame right here. When you perform an attack in the air, if you jump and do a normal move, for example, special moves are different. Special moves have their own recovery period. But if you jump and do a normal move in the air, when you land, these first 2 frames right here are pure recovery frames. So I'll call them recovery frames. One thing I forgot to mention about these frames over here, during all 4 of these frames when you land, so this is let's call this empty jump. This is an empty jump right here. If I perform an empty jump, the most important key thing is that in all 4 of these frames, I can also block. So when I land, I can block on all of these frames right here. However, on these frames over here, if I do a move in the air, so this is if I do a jump attack. Is that off camera? Nope, it's still there. Sweet. Okay, so if I do a jump attack, these 2 frames are pure recovery frames. You cannot do anything. You can't block, nothing. You are going to get hit if you land and someone hits you from these 2 frames. These last 2 frames here are also recovery. I still can't cancel them into special moves, super combos, or whatever like that, but I can block in these last 2 frames. So these 2 frames here, no blocking. And these 2 frames, you can block. It's really important to understand the math of these frames, because this is how you're going to set up. This is how you know how you can safe jump, and you'll find out why you actually can't safe jump some characters like Ryu and Ken, for example. So keep this in mind. You have 4 landing frames. The first 2 you cannot block. The second 2 you can. So what you're trying to do then, here, let's get rid of this empty jump section right here. So I'm going to erase the empty jump here. And let's map a character's frame data when they get up from the ground. Let's do this with black. So let's say this is a frame where they're still on the ground. So this is a grounded frame right here. And this frame right here, they've officially gotten up. So if you perform a reversal, your special move is going to start on this frame right here. So here you're still on the ground. I'm going to add an extra ground frame here just for emphasis. And on this frame right here, this is the frame where you officially get up. And if you do an uppercut, this is the first frame your uppercut comes out on. So let's pretend I'm Cammy, and I know Cammy's uppercut is a 5-frame move. It takes 5 frames to start up. First 5 frames are invincible. So let's do a cannon spike. Writing upside down is making my handwriting look horrible here. So I'm going to do a cannon spike. It has 5 frames to start up, so it is going to hit on the 5th frame. So it hits right here. However, it's invincible all 5 of these frames, right? So what you're trying to do with a safe jump, because this has 5 frames of startup, remember when I said when you land from a jump and do a move, you cannot block for 2 frames, but you can block the next 2 frames. What you're hoping to do is get your jump attack, these exact 4 frames right here, and overlap them in this section right here before the move actually hits. So if you take a look at this right here, This is the landing frame right here. So I'm going to add one extra frame at the beginning here. This is my attack frame. So this is my jump attack right before it lands on the ground. So what I'm going to end up doing is get my jump attack right before it lands on the ground right here. I can't block for these 2 frames, but here I can block. Now do you see how these overlap here? This is why a safe jump works. You're going to get the opponent to block on this very first move here that they get, on this very first frame that they get up. However, if I perform a cannon spike, I'm invincible for the first 5 frames. So my jump attack is going to whiff here. I'm going to land, and I can't block for the first 2 frames, but look at this. I can block here, and the cannon spike's going to hit on this frame right here. And if the cannon spike's going to hit right here, guess what? Here's a check mark. I'm going to block it. This is what causes a safe jump to happen. This is the rule of a safe jump, is that you are overlapping your landing frames over the startup of an invincible special move so that you can block their wake-up attack just in time. Does this make sense to everybody, or is this all confusing to people right now? Sounds like a lot of people are a little confused right now. I hope people can go back. I mean, if it is confusing, please, once this gets up on YouTube, watch it again and take a look at it. But again, if you picture this as a character waking up, so they're still lying on the ground on these frames here, and now this is where they are able to move. When you perform a reversal, you're going to start your special move on the very first frame. So this is the very first frame in which they can actually do a special move right here. And because if they don't do an uppercut, they'll be vulnerable. They will block your jump attack right here. And if they aren't vulnerable because they do a special move, your attack will whiff, you'll land, and then you'll be able to block when you recover from your jump. So let me just show you what that looks like again here. Let me just show you what this looks like a little bit more. One more time. Here we go. So here's the game screen again. He's going to throw me, and if I block, boom. That's that one frame. That's the one frame with the X on it, you remember. So if I block, that's this frame right there. That frame right there. That's where I'm blocking. However, if I do a special move, uppercut, too much startup allows Cody to land, and those 2 recovery frames in which you cannot block will be skipped by the startup of my uppercut, and that allows for the safe jump. So this is a really important tactic. However, what I'm going to show you now, and again, this is all kind of mathematic and stuff, but at least this way you'll understand why you should never attempt a safe jump on Ken or Ryu, actually, or anybody else with a 3-frame uppercut. If you have a 3-frame uppercut startup, you cannot safe jump characters, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to let the I'm going to let the dummy throw me, and then I am going to do a reversal fierce uppercut. Boom! I hit Cody. So this safe jump isn't working here. Let's try it again. I'm going to do a jab uppercut. Boom! I hit him. Okay. So what's going on? Why is this not working? Why can't I do this against Ken? Why does this not work? Well, I'll show you. Back to the whiteboard. Here we go. So here's the whiteboard right here. Very easy. Very, very easy to understand here. Let's get rid of cannon spike. Let's get rid of this blue guy here, and let's get rid of this X right here. Ken's jab uppercut, or actually all of Ken's uppercuts, so I'm not even going to bother writing the strength down. I'm just going to write Ken DP. Ken DP. All of Ken's DPs are 3 frames. All of them are 3-frame startup. So if Ken is getting up and he performs an uppercut as a reversal, it will hit on this frame right here. Now, if you look at the math a little bit, you have to have one frame where they get up that they have to block your attack. And then you have 2 frames of recovery and that you can't do anything. There's no way to shift your 5 frames right here of a jump attack and recovery so that you can avoid getting hit on this frame right here because it starts up too quickly. These are the frames where you can block right here. But Ken's uppercut's going to hit right here, so you are not going to be able to block it. You are going to get hit right here. So anybody who has a 3-frame startup as a special move will be able to get you here. I saw somebody write in the chat that, a way to counter this is to do an empty jump. Yeah, if you do an empty jump, you'll be able to land and block it. But if they get up and block, you will not be able to, you won't put them into that, block stun, which is what I really want. And that's the important thing about it. See, that block stun right there is so important because you get a free jump in and you get all sorts of mix-ups after that. So it's actually really important to be able to do that. So, all right, guys. If you guys have any, I really wanted to do safe jumps kind of quickly because I really want to go into Unblockables and talk about why Unblockables work. Oh, let me do one more thing, actually. Let me show you one more thing. Safe jumps, not all safe jumps are as convenient as Cody's, that you can just back throw and then instantly jump at them. Hang on a second. Yeah, that's the right one. Some characters need to do more stuff in order to properly time it. So you can see that you want to make it so that your jump attack connects. Oops, I just chose Ryu and you can't safe jump Ryu. Oh, well, that's fine because I picked the wrong order anyway. So let's just do this really quick. I believe it's off of his back throw as well. Someone out there in the chat that knows this, please let me know. I believe it's his back throw and then low strong. No, okay, it's got to be forward throw. Low strong jump. Okay, so I guess not. I guess it is off the wall dive then. So let's do this. Throw. Yep, there it is. Okay, that's the right one. So if you ever land the EX wall dive and get the throw here, there you go. That's a safe jump right there. That's a safe jump timing. And what you're trying to do with this, the only way you can see, so normally I could do this and just be like, try to time my safe jump. I can try that. And in fact, in a lot of situations, there are times that you want to do this. If you watch High Level Super Turbo, most players will actually do their safe jump timing just by eye. And it's pretty crazy. But there's some key things, for example, like if you're Ken and you're fighting against Guile in Super Turbo, anytime you knock Guile down, as soon as he hits the ground, that's when you jump. So there's certain keys that you can use to time your safe jumps properly. In some cases, you have the ability to use your normal moves to help you time it. So if I get a low strong as fast as possible, so if I just mash on low strong, so the very first frame I recover after the wall dive, oops. So the very first, oh god, it's so hard to grab with Vega in this game compared to like ST. Grab them like this. If I mash on low strong and then hold up forward, that gives me a proper safe jump timing. So that's one of the things that you'll start to learn when you try to get safe jump timing with a lot of characters. You'll try to find moves that you can whiff like that so that you can actually block, so you can actually time your safe jump properly. So let me just show you guys a display of this real quick. So here we go. Vega's going to be able to do this safe jump versus Cammy. And it's very annoying, trust me. Whenever I have to deal with this, it's such a pain. It's such a pain. So let's do record. So here we go, mash low strong and a jump roundhouse. Boom, like that, right? So let's play this back. And again, I'm just going to block. Boom, I blocked that jump attack right there. But again, because my uppercut is a 5-frame wake up, if I try to uppercut here, boom, reversal, Vega blocks it, no problem. I'm going to do my EX uppercut now, which isn't any faster, but whatever. In any case, boom. You see that? Reversal. I think it's 1 frame faster, whatever. But again, I'm going to uppercut again. Boom. Reversal. So there you go. That is an example right there with safe jump and using that low strong to time it properly. It's a little risky because trying to do the low strong and get an exact reversal off of the throw, not exactly guaranteed as like a Cody hold up forward, but it is still the best way to help you time it. Like if you wake up and do a crouch strong after mashing 1 or 2 frames too late, you're still going to get hit. Your safe jump's going to be foiled because your timing isn't accurate. But that's an example right there of why a lot of players, you'll see them do throws, whiff an attack, and then jump. It's just to help them get the timing proper. So, okay. So I will be right back, guys, and when I come back, I will do unblockables. If you have any questions, please ask on the chat. Let me know if you guys have, want to know anything else about safe jumps, and I will do my best to answer any questions that I see there. So be right back. Alright everybody, welcome back to First Attack. I'm going over safe jumps and unblockables. I just finished going over safe jumps, so I'm going to do unblockables now. I didn't really see too many questions that I wanted to really answer right now. If you do have any questions about safe jumps, please send them with the Ask jchensor hashtag. Send them to UltraChen, or actually these days it seems to be the preferable method. Send an email to ultrachentv@gmail.com with the subject line of Ask jchensor, and I'll take a look at those and try to answer any other further questions that you have about safe jumps. Again, one of those things I've gotten questions about was like, why do people whiff normal moves? Is it they think, I guess some people thought it activated some special property that let you, no, it's just for timing. It's the only reason why they do it. I did want to bring up that David said that you can technically safe jump a 3-frame uppercut character, but it's more distance specific. If you have a jump attack that reaches really far, but doesn't have like a hurt box that can be hit, then you can actually jump attack them, barely nick them, but if they uppercut, there's nothing to hit, and so it whiffs and you can land and block. You essentially have, because it takes a little bit further for them to hit your attack, you've essentially added a few frames of startup to their move because the first frame at which that move can hit won't reach you in time. Also, David did correct me in that it's jab DP and fierce DP that have 3 frame startup. The strong DP and the EX DP have 4 frames of startup. So in other words, if you're a Ken player, never use the strong DP as a wake up. Try not to use the EX one as a wake up either, because the other ones are faster. So, oh geez, what are you doing here? Come on, you don't want to do that. All right. Okay, so let's talk about unblockables. Let's talk about unblockables, and let me show you an example of an unblockable right from the get-go. Yep, sorry guys, it's going to be more Cami. So let's do Cami here. But, however, this is an unblockable versus Cami. I'm going to use this one because this is actually a very, very, very easy unblockable to do. And it comes off of Chun-Li's forward throw against Cami. Very annoying thing to have to deal with. But, basically all you have to do with Chun-Li is when you get a forward throw, mash a forward dash, jump forward, and do jump short. That's it. That's my unblockable right there. That is an unblockable with Chun-Li. So, I mean, when you saw it, it's just like, what in the world? Why the heck is this an unblockable? So, I'll show you guys again. If you jump with short, I get hit, right? So let's see what happens here. Look at my controls on the side over there. I am going to hold back. She's going to jump. Oops, and I did block it. Okay, I didn't do it. I did not time it right. Let's try it one more time. Okay. Let's see if I got that right again. Get thrown, hold back. Ah, dang it. Let's try one more. Is it the back throw that she does it off of? Might have been the back throw. Let's try one more time. If not, then let me try the back throw after that. Okay, let's try the back throw. I don't think it's the back throw. No, it's definitely not the back throw. I wonder if they fixed this. Interesting. Did they actually fix this? Because if that's the case, I'm going to be super happy about this. This is really interesting here. Okay, let's try this one more time. Huh. Did they change Chun-Li somehow? Does anybody out there know who that uses Chun-Li know if this was changed? So let's try one more time. Let's try one more time. Sorry guys, this was definitely an unblockable in Super and in AE, because I got hit by this all day. Oops. Let's try jump roundhouse actually, because I know you could do it with short or roundhouse, I'm pretty sure. Oops. Actually, it might be roundhouse. I might be using the wrong button, actually. I might be using the wrong button. Let's do it with roundhouse like this. Okay, yeah, I'm using the wrong button. Let's do this one more time. Dang, Chun-Li's jump roundhouse hits weird. I remember now. Okay, I remember the details now. Wow. What's wrong with you, Chun-Li? Wonder if people think she's bottom tier now, huh? Leading into level 3 focus column. There we go. Alright, let's see if I got this to work here. Oh, man. Sorry guys, I am not a Chun-Li expert, so I'm not sure if I have the timing. Ooh, that looked good. Let's try one more time. Oh man, I cannot get this to work anymore. Did they change this? This is actually pretty fascinating to me, guys. Again, I apologize about this because I know this worked. I used to do this all the time in training mode just so I can practice how to escape from it, different ways to escape from this. Let's try this one more time. I'm very confused right now. If this is really the case, I'm really not as scared of Chun-Li anymore.
Maybe you want me to set one up?
Well, I can try to set the one up with Hakan, right? Hakan has that one, but
I'll just do Guile versus Blanca versus Guile. It's Brandon.
yeah, but that Guile has that particular problem, right? Doesn't Guy have one where he just forward throws and does the double jump as well? All right, I'll do that one instead. I'm just really fascinated by the fact that that one wasn't working anymore. That's just really strange to me because that one's always worked. But if it doesn't work anymore, maybe they fixed it. Maybe they actually did fix it and they knew about it and they fixed it. But I don't remember seeing anything in the change list about fixing that, so that's really interesting. Guys is off of his back throw, right?
Just do Blanca versus Guile, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, but like I said, Guile is a glitch though, kind of, right? Because he's got the
Just get the point across.
right. All right, let's see if I got that one to work. So I'm gonna hold back with Ryu. Boom! I got hit. Okay, so that I got hit. I'm gonna hold forward on the controller now. Nope. Okay, that one didn't work either. All right, I may have to do David's example then. All right, let's hold forward on the controller here. Nope, didn't work. All right, what's Blanca's setup?
Back throw, hop, medium kick.
Really? That's it? That's really sad. Now I'm starting to wonder if they actually went and fixed a lot of these unblockable setups, because that was one of the reasons why they changed Akuma's forward throw, so that he had 2 extra frames of recovery at the end of it, was because they were trying to get rid of his unblockables, and didn't really succeed because there's a bunch of them still left. Okay, so let's just do this. Back throw, forward flip, huh?
It's back throw, dash hop.
Oh, dash
Oh,
hop.
sorry, wait.
Is it hop jump, or is it just dash?
I think it's dash.
Dash,
Or
okay.
maybe it's jump. I really don't recall. Sorry.
Thanks. That looked kind of right, yeah. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm going to hold back on the controller. And I got crossed up. There you go. So now I'm going to hold... Whoops. Let's do it right here.
Well, he's gonna throw me.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So let's do it here. And now I'm going to... Whoops, why did I do that? Stupid me. Okay, let's do this. So what I want to do is just erase the commands. Now I'm going to hold forward on the controller, and I'm going to get hit. So you saw there I was holding forward on the controller. Now I'm going to be holding back on the controller, and I got hit. Okay, there you go. Perfect example of an unblockable right there. Alright, so let's do this one more time. Watch my controller inputs. I'm going to hold forward on the controller. Boom, I got hit. Let's reset that one more time. I'm going to hold back on the controller. Boom, I got hit. There you go. That is an unblockable. There you go. So, the question now is, why do unblockables work? Okay, so you know what? Let's go to the whiteboard. Let's just do this real quick. And of course, you guys can test this out when you go home as well, or you guys are at home. Never mind. You guys can test this out yourselves and try this unblockable out. And hold back and forward on the controller, and you'll see that you are unable to block it. So let us go here and go back to the whiteboard. There we go. Okay, back to the whiteboard. Here we go. So technically, why does this work? And you know what? This really comes down to a programming bug, because this has never existed in any other Street Fighter game except for this one. And apparently it exists in Cross Tekken as well. We haven't quite proven it yet, but I think David has that one set up with Julia that he's been able to get as an unblockable. So I'm pretty sure that the bug still exists in there. Basically, whenever you have a character standing on the ground, so let's draw their hitbox here. They're standing here. They have a point at which they consider themselves as the center. And so if you have another character jumping over them, so let's have the bottom of a character here. They have a point they're considered as center as well. This basically determines which side you are on against the opponent. If that little center point that I happen to have is over here, that means I am to the left of the opponent. All right? If that little center point that I happen to have is over here, then I am to the right of the opponent. Obviously, and I'm going to say these things, and these are pretty obvious, but I'm going to state it anyway. If I'm to the right of the opponent, they've got to hold... Oops, green is out. So they've got to hold this way to block. If I'm on this side of the opponent over here, then they're going to have to hold this way to block. So why does an unblockable work? The unblockable works because there's a glitch in this game, and this hasn't been scientifically proven, but this is pretty much the prevailing theory of why unblockables work. When you get up off the floor, this is your initial standing position right here. Now let's pretend I'm facing this direction here, okay? I'm facing right. for some unknown reason, if I hold, so I'm facing right here. If I hold the controller back to block, like this, I basically keep my center position right here. However, if I start to walk forward, so in other words, if I get up and start walking, your forward position actually gets pushed back a little. Doesn't make any sense. When you move forward, it should be pushed the other direction. Either that. So that's one way or the other. Either that, when you get up and block, your forward position gets shoved forward a little bit. And if you hold forward on the controller, your center is in the same spot. In any case, the key thing to understand in this situation is that when you get up and hold back to block, or if you walk forward when you get up, your center is in two different locations. And this is what causes the unblockable. So let's take a look at this again. On the screen. The one thing that you will want to notice very carefully here is that when the unblockable occurs, watch this. If I hold back to block, notice that Blanca's jump attack is a cross-up. Blanca has landed behind me. Okay, that's very important. If I hold forward, whoops. If I hold forward on the controller, Blanca's jump attack hits me from the front. It's no longer a cross-up. So in other words, the position that I'm in gets shifted a little bit. So the reason why it's unblockable technically is because the jump attack will automatically choose the correct side to hit you on, depending on whether you're holding forward or back. It's not actually an unblockable. It's more like, as someone said in the chat, the unblockables really are hard to blockables. Because if I hold back, Blanca will cross me up. If I hold forward, Blanca attacks me from the front. Now there is a way around these unblockables, which is basically to block at the very last second, which is really hard to do. There it was, right there. So I blocked at the very last second. Let me try it again. I think you have to walk forward first. Let me just try tapping back. Nope, not that time. Let's try again. Okay, I think you have to hold forward for just a little bit, and then you can do it. So watch my joystick input. I'm going to hold forward on the controller and block at the last second. Oh, geez, that's so hard. In other words, it's pretty much impractical to block this properly. There it was, right there. I'm going to try one more time just by tapping back. And it's basically just block at the very last second possible. I don't think it works unless you hold forward on the controller, to be honest with you. Oh no, there it was, right there. Block at the very last second. So essentially what you're doing is blocking in the very first frame, because what happens is you get up so that you're on the front side of him, and then you block at the very last frame. If you're holding back, then your position shifts, and so he hits you from behind. But if you can get up and block at the very last second, you can block it. So again, this is, a bug in the game. In my opinion, it even really shouldn't be there. And there's really very few ways out of it except for blocking at the very last second. And you can see it's really hard to do properly. I mean, it's so hard to do. Why does it do that? That's really weird. Let's try it one more time. Jeez, that's really hard to do. In any case, there is a way to escape it, and that is the way it works. And that is how unblockables work. And so the main point is, a lot of times you talk to people and, they complain like, oh, why does this character have unblockables? Why doesn't this character have unblockables, etc., etc. Really, to be honest with you, every character has unblockables. And the only thing that really comes down to is Dang it, what is going on? The only thing it really comes down to is you have to find the unblockable. You have to know how to set it up. You have to have the exact same thing. Some characters have unblockables that involve setting up perfect timing. And just like safe jumps, you know, where I whiff that crouch strong with Vega, you have to set it up properly. So I'm going to show an example of that after this break, and then I'm going to just take a little time, see if we can come up with an unblockable with one of the other characters, and see if we can make one up right here on the spot. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, welcome back, guys. Yep, you guys are right. More Cammy. Sorry, guys, but that's the character I know the best. So here we go. I'm going to show you a perfect example. Cammy has an unblockable that has to be set up by off of her back throw. What happens after the back throw is you hold forward on the controller. As soon as you see Cammy take a step with a jump, a standing forward kick, and then jump with fierce. And a high up fierce, that is, too. So let's try this again. If I hold back on the controller with Rufus, I get crossed up. If I hold forward on the controller with Rufus, I get hit from the front. Boom, there you go. Unblockable situation here. But the thing is, Cammy has to time it just right with that little step and then that whiffed forward kick. And again, it makes it so it's pretty hard to do. It's actually pretty hard to set that up properly. And I'll show you what I mean by that, because what I'll do is try it again. Okay, actually I think that made it work. So Cammy's might actually be pretty easy here. So I'll hold back to block. Yep, got hit. So next I'm going to hold forward and get hit. Okay, so there you go. So I've done it twice in a row now. Let's try it a third time. But you can see how it's not exact. That little step that you take kind of makes it a little bit harder to time properly. Okay, like that. So let's see if I got it again. So I'm going to hold back to block. Yep, got it again. So I'm going to hold forward. Boom, there you go. Okay, pretty simple to do against Rufus. So there you go. Like I said, the reason why I had a safe jump and the unblockable, because you can kind of see how they're similar. After you do a throw or after you do an untechable knockdown, you have this little sequence that you program in there. One thing that you want to know about this unblockable, the reason why it's not as useful as a lot of the other ones, is that if Rufus crouches, he avoids it entirely, because you have to do the jump fierce pretty high up. Of course, if you know if Rufus is going to try to avoid the unblockable by crouching, you can do a jump short and kick his ass instead. So there's a lot of ways around it. Again, oops. I'm pretty sure Rufus can also, let me see if he can forward dash it as well, I think. Yeah, so he can forward dash it. So there's ways around these kind of situations. However, not a lot of Rufus players know about this. So if you're Cammy and you're fighting a Rufus player and you back throw him, you can get a free combo off of that, because that jump fierce causes hit stun for days. And so you can easily combo that into stand fierce and then link away, baby, and just like blow people up. So there you go. So let's try to come up with an unblockable for a random character. Who do people want me to try? Who do people want me to try? I know Flash Metroid is like the god of unblockables. He has them all with Cammy. He has a bunch with Sakura already. Who do people want me to try with? And I know I'm just going to get like names all over the place here. I actually want to pick a lower tiered character. See if I can come up with one. Wow, dude, the chat's going crazy. Everybody wants all this. Dude, don't ask for Sakura. Sakura has like 10,000 unblockables already. Dulcim. I like those images. Oh god, you guys are funny. You guys are making me laugh here. I see Makoto. I see actually a lot of Makotos here. I'm going to do Makoto. Let's try to do a Makoto unblockable here. Alright guys, stop. I'm doing Makoto. Too bad. The chat has spoken. So here we go. Let us do a Makoto unblockable here. Let's see if we can find one. Again, the whole point, the whole way that there's some characters who might not be able to do unblockables at all because all their throws are really bad. If you have a throw that doesn't give you an untechable knockdown fast enough, like if you have too much recovery off of your throws, so you can't actually cross them up. So she's not going to be able to do it off of her forward throw, obviously, because it's not a knockdown. But let's see what happens if I do it off of that. Okay, see. You can see that my jump attack happens a lot earlier than he gets up, which means I do have the potential to set it up. However, there's one big problem right now is that I jump really far over the character. So finding an exact setup is going to be really hard to do because she also walks back really slow. Whew, this is going to be rough. Is he on all block? Yeah, he is on all block. So let's do... Oh, one thing I want to mention to everybody as well is that if you set the computer to all block, they will always block your unblockable, proving that they're really just hard to blockables more than anything. And the other thing that you want to know is that you know you've got the unblockable properly if you jump kick him and your hit hits him from the front. Your hit has to kick him from the front. So in other words, if I do something like this, and I try to set up an unblockable, and I cross them up like that when they're at neutral and not doing anything, that means it is not an unblockable. So what I'm going to guess right now is that Makoto has no unblockable setup off of her back throw, because I don't think there's a way that she's going to be able to get there in time, because she walks so slow, and her dash pushes her too far. So there you go. I'm probably not going to be able to do an unblockable with Makoto. Can she do? Let's see. Yeah, that brings her forward. So I can't do the roundhouse Kara. Maybe I can actually. Let's see. Oops. Wow. No, Makoto's gonna be too hard. Overhead, someone said, huh? The chop? No, let's do somebody else. Let's try somebody else. Crumple doesn't work. Crumple doesn't work. You can actually quick rise off of a crumple. It's actually pretty funny. So that's not going to set up an unblockable properly. Let us do an unblockable with... yeah, let's try with Rose. Let's try with Rose. And just so you guys don't think I'm crazy, crumple does not work if you watch this. So if I set him to do a quick stand is on, you notice that whenever you do a quick stand, you see technical show up there, right? So now I'm going to focus crumple him and watch. Technical, right? If I turn it off and I focus crumple him, boom. He actually lies on the floor just a little longer. Watch that position where he's actually face down. See how he actually stays there for just a little bit? If I turn on quick stand and I do it again, boom. He gets up a lot faster. So focus crumples don't work. You do not get the same timing guaranteed. So just showing people that I'm not crazy. So let's try a back throw. Ooh, that's not good. Let's try just taking a step. Actually, you know what? I might not even need to take a step. Boom. Interesting. So I just have to take a slight step, jump kick. So let's see. Hold forward, take a step, jump kick. Hold forward, take a step, jump kick. Oops, that's the forward throw. Let's try the back throw again. Hold forward on the controller, jump. There's some potential here, guys. Someone telling me that she already has a ton of unblockables. She may have a ton of unblockables already, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to get the timing here. See, that's a cross-up, so that's not going to work here. All right, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So let's try this. Let's try this really quick. So once again, I want the dummy to be the character that I'm testing with. Sure, what the heck. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people are asking me, you know, some people have mentioned, you know, why not just do a reversal to beat it? The jump distancing is just right so that most reversals will whiff. Some of them will work, some of them don't. But let's do this here. Alright, take a step, jump, kick. Alright. Let's see what happens on this one. So if I hold back on the controller, I get crossed up. And if I hold forward on the controller, I get kicked from the front. There you go. I just created a Rose unblockable right there, right? So I'm going to hold back, boom, got hit, right? Now I'm going to hold forward on the controller, got hit. There you go. So there you go. I just created a Rose unblockable. The only reason why characters like Cammy have so many unblockables or Sakura have so many unblockables is that they have a player such as Flash Metroid or Alioun using them, because these are the guys who are actually sitting there and taking the time to discover these things with the characters. If Alioun used your character would have unblockables all over the place. So that's just the way it works. That's all it takes to do an unblockable. It's a universal glitch that works against any character. But I'm actually really glad I went with Makoto first, because it just showed you that she's a character who probably cannot do an unblockable setup just because her throws and her untechable knockdowns are not correct. Now, I will say one thing about these characters that, you know, do not have these guaranteed unblockables. You may still have unblockables on certain specific situations. What I mean by that is, for example, Makoto may have a situation where she has a knockdown, for example, like this, and then if they quick rise, it won't work. But if they don't quick rise, then you get an unblockable situation, or vice versa, right? So what other knockdowns does she have? She has this move here. Okay, so this would be a perfect example. So let's say you do strong EX chop, right? Like this. She may be able to get a combo off. She may be able to get an unblockable in this situation. And in fact, likely it looks like it. So if I do this, so walk back and then jump. See, that could be an unblockable, for example, right? The only problem is if Rose does a quick rise, then it's not going to work. So, oh, quick stand is on. Was she quick standing? Is that an untechable knockdown? Let me see. Oh, that is an untechable knockdown. Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then she may have an unblockable off of this, you know. And the reason why I always do the same combo every single time is it puts me at the same distance. So in other words, she might be able just to do boom like this as an unblockable. Oh, really? Does she have one with the Tsurugi?
From Viryu.
Oh, really? Oh, so okay, that makes sense. Viryu has a bunch of them already. Okay, there you go. So there is unblockables. But again, this just shows you that if you are resourceful enough, and of course, to really get the timing of your unblockable down, sometimes it might take you learning to whiff different moves. So for example, you know, you might try whiffing a jab to see if you can get it. You can try whiff, if it's too quick, you can whiff a strong instead. And you just whiff a bunch of different attacks to see if you can find unblockables. If you're resourceful enough, you can probably find one with your character. And I wouldn't be surprised if 5 years down the line, every character just had unblockables all over the place. And that's what this game becomes Street Fighter Unblockable. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. So, oops, oh, I can't whiff that. I can't mash that to whiff it. So I'm going to whiff a crouching forward. Okay, see? So what I did there was I whiffed a crouch forward and then jump attack. Not long enough. So what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to whiff. Ooh, okay, I'm going to try whiffing a crouch roundhouse here. Boom, and then try it. Wow, his crouch roundhouse is fast. Holy crap, that's a fast move. Alright, so let's try to whiff a low fierce instead. Still not fast. Okay, so what I'll try to do then is whiff two low shorts. Short. Still too fast. So what I'm going to do is whiff low short, low forward. That didn't look about right. That did not look right. So what I'm going to try to do is whiff two low forwards. Forward. Okay, see, that looked a little more accurate. So let's try that real quick, all right? Let's just try that. Just for fun. Just for shits and giggles. Let's try this. So let's see. I'm going to pick Rose again. I'm going to go up against Honda. And I'm going to record Honda to do exactly what I did. Forward throw, two low forwards, jump forward. Ooh, that did not look right at all. Let's try it one more time. Okay, that looked promising. Let's try playback. So I'm going to hold back on the controller with Rose. Okay, so that's not an unblockable setup there. But now you guys can kind of see what I mean by how any character can really do this. And this is kind of the process in which you'd want to create it. So let's try one more option. What I'm going to do is with a low short, low forward, take a step, and then jump forward. Okay? So let's try that one more time. With a low short, low forward, take a step, jump forward. Boom. Okay, that's my unblockable setup now. Let's try it again. With low short, low forward, take a step. Okay, not quite. Ooh, I'm so close. Oh, I'm so close. I'm cutting into David's time, but I'm so close at this. I really want to find this now. Oh, okay, see? That looked good. That looked good. Boom. Oh, dang it. Come on. Oh, with two low shorts, take a step and jump forward. Nope, see, that landed that landed on the wrong side. Okay, that looks pretty promising right there. So I'm going to hold back on the controller. Ooh. I'm going to try one more time, guys. After this, I'll stop. I'll see if I can figure it out myself later. I don't want to spend you guys wasting time sitting here watching me do this all day. One more Tuesday. One more time Tuesday. That was actually the name suggestion for a show at one point in time. See, that looks really good. And it could just be that the hitbox of that particular move doesn't work very well as an unblockable. Yeah, so it could just be the way that that move functions. But you guys get the idea. This is how you can do it. Any character can create an unblockable. Any character, I mean, as long as you have the proper setups for it. This is not an exclusive thing for any particular character at all. It works with anybody. So that is, if you have the time and you want to take the time to sit down and try it, you're most likely going to do it. And it's pretty telling right now that every character that I've picked, there's already a YouTube video out there that has an unblockable. Like David just showed me, oh, here's Makoto's unblockable, even though I was like, oh, maybe she has. So again, there's a lot of character specialists out there like Viru, like Alion, like Flash Metroid. You know, they'll take the time and find these things. And if you have someone who happens to use your character like that, a character specialist who's also a very scientific person and can make all these approaches, your character will end up with a lot of unblockables. And I'm sure every character has them. Of course, Akuma has a million of them. Guess what? Tokido uses him. Guess what Tokido is? He's a really scientific player who does these kind of things. Guess what? Akuma has unblockables. There you go. So, you know, you just have to have the right people. But my point is that any one of you guys out there can be that guy. Any one of you out there can be that scientific guy and try to find it. And you see the philosophy in which you're doing it. Find the untechable knockdown. Find a good sequence of normal moves that will help you time it that much more accurately. So if I did it with Honda, and you'll see this on the little screen, if I wasn't doing the whiff stuff, for example, this is how it would look to try to time my unblockable if I wasn't whiffing those normals. I mean, the timing of it is just ridiculous, right? You're not going to know when to jump. You have all this leeway and stuff, and so it's not going to work. So you can see the philosophy of why you're whiffing those normal attacks and such. They are there to help you with your timing to get the unblockables. But there you go. So, all right, guys, that is Unblockables. If you have any questions about Unblockables, please send me an email at ultrachentv@gmail.com with the subject of Ask jchensor, and I will answer them hopefully in a future episode. Again, if you have any questions about safe jumps, please send there as well. And if you have a question about anything else, like I said, I am more than happy to answer all sorts of questions for Ask jchensor. So there you go. That is Unblockables and safe jumps. Actually, let me answer a few Ask jchensor questions after a break real quick. I'll just do like 2 questions, so I'll be right back. Oops. All right, welcome back, everybody. Let me go over a couple of Ask jchensor questions really quick. Just a few quick, simple ones that I want to see if I can go over, because I don't want to ignore the questions. I get a few questions, and I feel bad that I never get to answer them all that often. Let's see here. All right, so let me see. Let's take a look. Sorry, guys. I actually wasn't planning to answer any of them, so I haven't looked at any of them beforehand. So, okay, here's a good one. I talked about this in an episode about hitboxes and how you read frame data and stuff like that. So, if you can get a lot more detail there. But someone's asking me, what is priority? This is a term that you hear a lot. Oh, this move has a lot of priority. It's a really good move. And it's a really deceiving term. I don't like it. So, Wade asks me here, what is move priority specifically in AE? Do all moves have a priority value to determine which one comes out on top if 2 moves' active frames connect? He's beginning to get worried that he needs to know every move's priority to figure out, all this stuff, and it's not in any of the frame data tables and stuff like that. So again, the reason why I hate the term priority is because priority is it's a misleading term. There's no such thing as priority. In other words, one move doesn't have the ability to outclass another move in Street Fighter 4. Other games, there is such a thing as specifically move priority. Guilty Gear Alpha 3 being some of those. However, in Street Fighter 4, there's no actual definition of move priority. If 2 red hitboxes hit each other's hurt boxes at the same time, you will get a trade no matter what. But that's the way it works. There's hit boxes and hurt boxes, right? Some moves are hit boxes and hurt boxes. That to me is basically what priority really comes down to in the scientific sense. A move with high priority is a move with more hit box and less hurt box. If I have a move, for example, what the heck? I'm going to bust out the whiteboard again. Second. If I have a move, for example, that has a hurt box that looks like this. So this, if a hitbox overlaps my hurt box, I get hit. And I have a hitbox that looks like this. So in other words, you can hit all of this and I can only hit you here, right? So let's just, put somebody's fist here. So drawing upside down is going to be impossible, so I'm not going to bother. But basically, this is a low priority move because you can hit the enemy here, but they can hit you everywhere. So in other words, if they stick out a move here that just happens to have a hitbox right here, and their hurt box looks like this, so this is their hurt box, they're going to beat you every single time because their hitbox overlaps your hurt box, and your hitbox nowhere near their hurt box. Now, you have a move that looks like this, with a hurt box that looks like this, and a hitbox that looks like this. This is a high priority move. Because if I take that same move that I just had earlier and did this, you can see that because this barely overlaps, this hitbox is going to hit this hurt box, and my hitbox isn't going to hit your hurt box. So that's kind of the scientific way to look at priority. Again, I think in the episode where I go over frame data, I go over in this a lot more detail, Wade. So if you have a chance, go ahead and take a look at that. So, okay. And someone is getting banned here, apparently. Goodbye. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious, you people. Okay, any case. That's one question there. Let me see if I've got another question that I can answer here. Someone asked, Tom Griffin has asked how dive kicks work. That's going to be a pretty long conversation. So I'll save that one for another time. I keep saying I'm going to do this. I swear I'm going to do an episode that's just Ask jchensor, so I can actually go over these things in a lot more detail. In any case, I'm just going to go ahead and end the show here right now and let Ultra David come on with level 3 focus. So he's going to be able to start, and he's going to be going over some more Street Fighter 4 stuff. So yeah, that'll be it for First Attack. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I will personally see you all tomorrow on the Unnamed Tuesday show, but please don't go away. Stick around for level 3 focus coming right up.